Ready to go.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular monthly meeting of the Board of Commissioners held for the purpose of transacting the general business of the Township. Today's date is October 12, 2016. The meeting is being held in the Springfield Middle School Library. Please stand and join the Board of Commissioners in a moment of silent reflection, honoring the servicemen and women who placed themselves in harm's way in order to preserve our safety. Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this point, I would entertain a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting as written and recorded in the official minute book of the Township.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote. I would like to announce that the Board of Commissioners just held an executive session with the Township solicitor to discuss a matter of litigation. We have a full complement except for Commissioner Daly tonight, who had a family matter. Otherwise, we are all here. We have no special reports or correspondence. So at this point, the board is now open to comments or questions from the public. The board draws particular attention to those items listed on the agenda this evening. Please be advised that once the committee reports begin, the board can no longer accept questions from the floor. At the conclusion of the committee reports, public comments will once again be accepted. However, official action on those issues listed on the agenda will have already taken place. Therefore, if you wish to comment on an agenda item, now would be the appropriate time. Any takers? Okay. There being none, we will move on to the committee reports. I will start off as the chairman of the Internal Affairs Committee. Item number 1 on the agenda is the October bill listing. I move that the Board of Commissioners approve the September check reconciliation in the amount of $1,115,515.37 and the October bill listing in the amount of $2,278,405.41. That is my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote. Next, we have item 2, the budget meeting schedule. Next Wednesday, the 19th at 7 o'clock in this room, we will have the budget workshop meeting where the budget is presented to the board. At our commissioners meeting in November, on the 9th of November at 7:30, we will have the official presentation of the budget. And then in the December commissioners meeting, we will have the budget hearing and adoption. That is December 14th, also at 7:30 in this room. And this room is, for those of you watching, is the Springfield Middle School Library at 1901 Paper Mill Road in Orland. Moving on to item 3 on the agenda, Resolution 1379 is the distribution of state pension fund aid. I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt Resolution number 1379, a resolution distributing the annual state allocation to the Springfield Township municipal pension plans. For 2016, Springfield Township received $411,216.74 for distribution. The distribution will be made in the following fashion. Police pension plan, $206,019.59. Hourly pension plan, $69,906.84, and the salaried pension plan, $135,290.31. That is my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote. The next is the local services tax. As part of the 2017 budget, the Board of Commissioners may consider enacting a local services tax. The Pennsylvania local services tax may produce additional general fund revenue to ensure funding for police, fire, and emergency services, road construction, and/or road maintenance. The tax rate is a maximum of $52 per year on the individuals engaged in an occupation within Springfield Township. The concept behind such a tax is for those who enjoy the benefits of municipal services while employed in Springfield Township and may not be paying the local real estate taxes will now contribute toward the cost of providing these services. Due to the state regulations associated with enacting a local services tax, in order for the township to consider such a tax in 2017, an ordinance would be required to be enacted during the month of November. The authorization to advertise the ordinance does not obligate the township to enact such an ordinance or pursue a local services tax. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners authorize the legal advertisement of a local services tax in Springfield Township and to conduct a public hearing to consider adopting a local service ordinance on Wednesday, November 9th, 2016 at 7:30 p.m. in the Springfield Middle School Library. That is my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Please record a unanimous vote. And then let me just clarify, because that was a lot of words. In putting together the budget, this has nothing to do with the spending side. It's always a challenge. It's particularly a challenge this year because we have to pay for the debt service on the new building and the land acquisitions we've done. If we went the route of the local services tax, which is what all our neighboring communities have, it would take some of the pressure off the property tax and move that to the people that work in the township, some of whom live in the township and some of whom don't. So the net change of that is it moves a little bit of the tax burden from the landowners to some people outside the township. And we didn't just vote to do it, we voted to leave the door open so we can consider it. And when we look at the budget, we will look at it both with and without it. And we will debate it. We've been down this road before, but we've never enacted it. So I don't think we need to say more, but I didn't want you to think we'd actually passed it. It enables us to discuss it. And that concludes my report. So I would like to call on the Chairman of the Public Works and Facilities Committee, Commissioner Shum.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a few items this evening. First, on October 3rd, 2016, Upper Dublin Township opened bids for rock salt on behalf of the Montgomery County Consortium of Communities. The consortium received bids from Morton Salt, Oceanport LLC, American Rock Salt Company LLC, and Cargill De-icing. The low bid was from Morton Salt for a fee of $59.73 per ton delivered. Therefore, I move the Board of Commissioners accept the low bid from Morton Salt to supply and deliver rock salt for the low bid price of $59.73 per ton delivered. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Thank you.
Please record a unanimous vote.
Next, I move the Board of Commissioners adopt Resolution 1380, a resolution authorizing participation in the Regional Streetlight Procurement Program and execution of the program agreement with the Foundation for Renewable Energy Environment and Johnson Controls Incorporated, and accepting the guaranteed savings agreement with Johnson Controls Incorporated at such time as both documents are in a form satisfactory to the Office of the Township Solicitor. An overview of the project includes upgrading 1,119 streetlights to new LED fixtures and rewiring up to 841 aerial fixtures. In addition to the infrastructure improvements, the program provides technical evaluation of the lighting needs and computerized program to track installation and maintenance requirements of the system, measurement and verification of lighting and energy efficiencies for 3 years, improved lighting performance, maintenance cost savings, and guaranteed energy savings. The cost of the program is valued at $496,729 and has a guaranteed payback period of 11 years through the utility and operational cost savings to the township. The life expectancy of the new infrastructure is between 20 and 25 years. In years 12 through 20, there is an additional cost benefit of $534,323. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And then just one comment to try and put that in a little more plain English. What this does is it's replacing most of the street lights in the township with LED lights. In order to do that, and at a cost of about $500,000. In order to do that, that will save us on our electric bill. We actually pay for the lights. It will also save us maintenance. And when you calculate that, the savings on the on those two items add up to actually more or about equal to the debt service, so that it's not actually costing us anything. After 11 years, as Glenn mentioned, then everything's paid off. It's all a question of sort of how you do the math. But at that point, the savings will have paid off so that that additional savings will all go to the bottom line. So this is a nice opportunity for us because it allows us to have better lights that use less energy and use less time to fix at really no net cost to us. So it's a pretty easy decision. We also looked at using the program that it's a big program we're trying to get into, offers financing, and we looked at their financing, but because we had just borrowed $10 million for the construction project, we were able to use that money at basically the same rate with a little more flexibility. The Financial Oversight Committee looked at that and approved that approach. So we're actually using our money for that. That's just another benefit of the way the timing worked out. Are there any other questions or comments on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you. Next, I move the Board of Commissioners authorize the advertisement of an ordinance to update Chapter 81, Sewers of the Springfield Township Code, to provide a general update and to reflect the sale of the sanitary sewer system to the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority. In summary, the ordinance, 1, establishes rules and regulations covering connection to and use of the sanitary sewer system in Springfield Township and by contributing sources, Upper Dublin and White Marsh Township. 2, definitions have been updated and expanded consistent with industry standards. 3, assigns responsibilities and authorities associated with owning and operating the sanitary sewer system in Springfield Township on the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority. 4, states the rates for the connections and annual sanitary sewer rental shall be set annually by Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority. 5, outlines maintenance responsibilities of existing facilities by the users and the Bucks County and Sewer Authority. And 6, provides for violations, enforcement, penalties, and legal action. That's my motion. The motion is to advertise, not to pass the ordinance.
Okay. So we have a motion. Do we have a second? Hello.
Second.
Thank you. So what that has to do with, and again, we're not passing that at this point. It's advertising, so we can pass it. As you know, we sold the sewer system back the end of last year to the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority, and our township code acts as if we own the sewer system. So this is just cleaning up that language to recognize the fact that Bucks County now owns it. There have been some tweaking and they're updating, as he mentioned, and we actually got a little bit more to make it a little tighter because it's easier to trust yourself than it is to trust somebody else. We did a little bit. But that's the reason that has to be done. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you, and it's also the intention of the board to consider enactment of the ordinance at the November 9th, 2016 meeting. Next is the sale of used equipment. The Pennsylvania First Class Township Code requires municipalities to sell property valued at $1,000 or more by way of sealed bids or public auction. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners authorize the sale of a 2008 Leach refuse body at a public auction to be held on November 5th, 2016 by J.J. Kane Auctioneers, 1402 Conshohocken Road, Conshohocken. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you. And lastly, I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt a Resolution 1381, a resolution authorizing the submittal of an application for a traffic signal permit approval to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation to update the traffic signal at the intersection of Paper Mill Road and Hawthorne Lane in Winmore. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes my lengthy report for this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Shum. We'll move on to the Chairman of the Community Development Committee, Commissioner Standish.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two motions this evening. First, I move the Board of Commissioners accept a letter dated October 10th, 2016 from Kristen Pianzio, Legal Counsel for Skip DeMarco, owner of the proposed Winmore Court subdivision plan on Pine Road, extending the 90-day subdivision land development plan review period until November 30th, 2016. That is my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, saying nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you. And next, I move the Board of Commissioners approve the land development plan of MEH Investments located 821 Bethlehem Pike, Erdenheim. The property consists of approximately 1.2 acres of land with a proposal to raise the existing office retail building and reconstruct a one-story professional office building of 14,000 square feet and 70 off-street parking spaces. The land development plan is a 23-sheet plan set entitled Preliminary Final Land Development Plan Set for 821 Bethlehem Pike, prepared by Land Corps Engineering Consultants, dated June 24th, 2016, last revised September 14th, 2016, and a post-construction stormwater management report for 821 Bethlehem Pike, prepared by Land Corps Engineering Consultants, dated June 24th, 2016, last revised September 14th, 2016. The approval is subject to the applicant resolving all matters identified in a letter dated October 3rd, 2016 from the Township Engineer to the Code Enforcement Officer to the satisfaction of the Township Engineer. In conjunction with the approval, the Board will waive provisions of the Springfield Township Code as follows. Number 1, Section 95-10.A, requiring dedication of additional right-of-way width along Bethlehem Pike. 2, Section 95-11.E, 2B, requiring land be offered for dedication for park and recreation use, as well as the payment of a fee in lieu of the land dedication. 3, a partial waiver of Section 95-11.1, I guess that's I, 1C, by accepting the landscape plan designed in conjunction with the Springfield Township Planning Commission for Section 95-11.I, 8A and B, prohibiting construction activity or the storage of construction materials within the drip line of existing trees. Number 5, Section 95-11.I, C, and 14, a partial waiver through the placement of replacement trees required by the redevelopment of the property at the Township-owned Flowertown Country Club, and payment of a fee in lieu of the required replacement trees in excess of the trees not placed at the Country Club. That is my motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Would you like him to reread the motion?
Just the number.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
And that concludes my report this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Standish. We now move on to the, do you have somebody to do that, or you want me to do it? Or? Okay, the zoning report. Since Commissioner Daly's not here, I will attempt it. We have one petition coming out. I'll give the date and time after I read the petition. Kenneth and Dina Davidson at 8008 Traymore Avenue in Winmore are seeking a variance to increase the height of a fence in the side and rear yard from 6 foot to 8 foot along the border of their property adjacent to a commercial property. Subject property is located in the D Residence District. The zoning hearing will be held on Monday, October 24th at 7 o'clock at the Springfield Township Middle School, 1901 Paper Mill Road, Orland. That is the zoning announcement. And now we move on to the Chairman of the Cultural Resources Committee, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to announce that during the month of September 2016, Springfield Township residents recycled 182.9 tons of materials with a householder participation rate of 75.4%. The net costs for the month was $17,159.91. I'd also like to bring to the public's attention regarding the municipal campus renovation project that we have been able to date, recycle 93% of all waste from the renovation project has been recycled. So we're on the plus there. So that is my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. It says here I turn to the chairwoman of the Human Resources Committee. Don, I don't know what's happened to our thing. It's the chairman of the Human Resources Committee, Commissioner Graham.
Thank you, Mr. President. Though I don't have an official report, I do have a comment that I'd like to make concerning the Community Day this past weekend. As you're all aware, the Springfield Township Community Day Festival and 5K run and 1 mile walk was held on Sunday, October the 9th of 2016. For the first time since the beginning of the Community Day, the weather did not cooperate, but the rain and cold weather did not dampen the spirits of the participants. The 5K run and 1 mile walk went off without a hitch, and given the good turnout and joy seen in the faces of the participants, weather apparently had very little effect on the event. The Community Day festivities began at 10 a.m. and ran through 1 p.m. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners and the Springfield community, I wish to thank the members of the Township's business community and civic organizations who persevered through the rain, greeting their friends, families, and neighbors of the townships. Activities, entertainment, and music had been expanded this year, and unfortunately the weather precluded some of that enjoyment, but it was a fantastic day enjoyed by all. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Commissioner Graham. I want to give a special shout out to township staff and to the police and fire and to the members of the committee that worked hard. It's no fun when you do all that work and then it rains on you. But it was people who braved it, had a good time, and the rain did eventually stop. So finally, I'll call on the co-chairman of the Public Safety Committee, Commissioner Maxwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have 2 announcements this evening. First is National Drug Take-Back Day. Springfield Township will participate in the National Drug Take-Back Day on Saturday, October 22nd, 2016. Members of the Springfield Township Police Department will accept unused and unwanted drugs at the Flourtown Fire Station, 1526 Bethlehem Pike, Flourtown, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The disposal program provides a safe way for township residents to dispose of unwanted, unneeded, and expired prescription and over-the-counter medications. In addition to decreasing the circulating drug supply, the program also helps keep our water supply safe. There is a list of accepted and non-accepted medicines. Specific questions can be addressed to the Springfield Township Police Department at 215-836-1601. My next announcement is Coffee with a Cop. The Springfield Township community is invited to come out to meet police officers from the Springfield Township Police Department to discuss community issues and build relationships over a cup of coffee. The event will be held on Saturday, October 15th, beginning at 11 a.m. at the Flourtown Acme Supermarket, 1640 Bethlehem Pike, Flourtown. The majority of contacts with law enforcement occurs during emergencies or emotional situations. These situations are not always the most effective times for building relationships between the police and community. Coffee with a Cop breaks down barriers and allows for a relaxed one-on-one interaction. That concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Maxwell.
Mr. President?
Yes.
May I just tag along that announcement that the Coffee with a Cop is part of a Acme community outreach program that they're also hosting at the same time. So the fire companies will be there, the ambulance will be there, and there'll be other community organizations that'll be there also. So it's
great.
Part of just a little bit of a larger event.
And that's this Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
From 11 to 3?
Yes.
3. Yeah.
2.
Right.
3 says.
Okay. To 11 or 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Yes.
Get there early.
Yeah, get there early.
Yeah.
That concludes our reports. We now have time for final public comment, if there is any. There being none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Before we adjourn, Mr. President, I just have one comment.
Sure.
For those residents that weren't able to make out but are will watch this presentation in the future. I strongly urge you to get out and vote this coming election. It's a very important election. Voting in my family has a very important and personal context. So please, I would urge all of our residents to please go out and vote on November the 8th of 2016. Thank you.
Well spoke. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned. I was trying to get a gap.